Hey everyone, HBCU Game Day Saturday. It is championship season. It is championship Saturday. 2 titles will be awarded today in Division II and Division I. In the CIAA, we have Bowie State and Fayetteville State going for the title. Again, Bowie State has had Fayetteville State's number the past few seasons. Can the Broncos go beyond being kings of the South and make it happen on the conference level? We have crews in Salem, Virginia, and we'll have highlights, recap, analysis, all for you as the day goes on. Will someone further cement their status as this year's Protect Your Skull HBCU Game Day Player of the Year? The race is still on in Division I and Division II. We'll announce our winners in December, but still a lot of work left to be done out on the field. In the SIAC, we have Albany State versus Miles. The 2 teams have fought it out for the last 2 SIAC championships, with Miles winning both times today. I'll be in Fairfield, Alabama on the campus of Miles College just outside of Birmingham for the game, along with my man, Von Wilson. And we're both going to be there. Albany State, they are mourning the loss of their teammate, number 57, Adonis Butler. That's the big story. Last week in the Fountain City Classic, they honored Adonis in the most incredible way ever.
It's tough to decide if the 31st annual Fountain City Classic was a football game or a movie. The week started as a tragedy and ended as a drama. On Monday, November 2nd, it was as if the world had stopped rotating on the campus of Albany State University. Word quickly spread of a fatal accident on campus. When the dust settled, Albany State football player Adonis Butler, who wore number 57 with the Golden Rams, was deceased following a bus accident on campus. Butler was on his way to football practice. A cloud hung over the campus and the city. A week that was normally rivalry week and the annual Fountain City Classic took a back seat as the university tried to deal with the unthinkable. Coach Gabe Gardenia and his staff had to deal with the balance of grieving and consoling the players and preparing for their arch rival, Fort Valley State.
And couldn't be proud of the coaches, the way they held everybody together this week, and just super proud of the staff, and really excited for Albany State.
The players and staff decided to honor their fallen comrade with a victory against the Wildcats and dedicated the game to his memory.
Long live AD, that's my brother.
The Fountain City Classic is known for some of the best tailgating in all the country, and this year would be no different. While the grills were smoking in the parking lot, Fort Valley State head coach Maurice Flowers was preparing his team in bracing for a battle with the SIAC Eastern Division champions. Fort Valley State band and cheerleaders joined in the festivities. On the other sideline, there was but one focus, and from the opening kick, it was apparent that ASU would dominate in memory of their fallen teammate number 57. Hollywood actor Chris Tucker performed the pregame coin toss, and even he knew that it was going to be ASU's day. Quarterback Deontay Bonu took this first touchdown in himself on the Rams' first drive. As the game went on, the defense became stronger, holding Fort Valley State to just 148 yards of total offense. By halftime, between a smothering defense, solid special teams, and a potent offense, Albany State was up 38-0. As the second half started, ASU kept applying the pressure.
I mean, we were sitting there at halftime, and I said, how do we score 19 points? And they're like 2 touchdowns and a safety and a field. Like, it's like never going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? And then we just said, just whatever. We'll see what happens. And like, let's just go score. And then, you know, when we kicked the field goal, we knew we needed 9. And they're like, well, hey, we can kick now and try to score 6 later. And, you know, so we had the one drive in between where we didn't really piss a drop. And I went to the OC, I was letting him call. I said, Adam, throw the ball. We have to score. And we said we're going to take a knee after that. And I don't know if I've ever seen a more special moment on a football field. Everybody knew it. Everybody wanted to get the ball to his mom. And coincidentally, everybody in our whole team got a personal foul because they rushed the field. But I'm just so happy that we were able to honor AD, but also just honor the Lord and just get a blessing out of this.
Fortunately, Gabriel Bainas added his 4th field goal of the day to bring the score to 51-0. With backup quarterback Jaden Sullivan under center, he rolled out on a bootleg and threw a 37-yard strike to Jaleel Johnson, who had beat his defender badly on a post pattern. The score put the Golden Rams up 57-0, and the whole team got a penalty as they marched down toward the scoreboard to soak up the moment. They had done it. They scored 57 points. The roar of the ASU fans, students, and alumni as they realized what had just happened was a moment to just soak in. Gardenia called for a kneel down of the extra point as not to disturb the perfect score.
For my boy AD, man, Superman. For Superman, 57. RPAD, man. We did it for you, bro. We had to. I got something to say to him. AD right there. He ain't never leave us. He right there. He right there. That boy right there. Yes, sir. That boy right there. Yes, sir. We got it! We got it! Man, we got it!
And the players honored their coach with a Gatorade bath. Making the ceremony more special was Adonis Butler's parents, his mom wearing his actual game jersey. The team dedicated the game ball to the family, and they participated in the post-game trophy presentation with the team. Steven Spielberg could not have written a script this well. Denzel Washington could not have played the role better, because it was real life. And on this day, the stars were in alignment for the Albany State University family. It was not just a win. It was not just a win in the Fountain City Classic. It was a perfect score, 57-0.
Okay, Vaughn and I will have the complete wrap-up tonight. Albany State, a big fan favorite because of the loss that they're dealing with. It's easy to cheer for them right now, but they're going to have to earn it on the field today. No one's going to give them the title. A very tough Miles College. Looking forward to that one. Looking forward to the SWAC schedule. In the East, Jackson State, they can clinch today with the win or a FAMU loss. Out West, Alcorn State must beat Prairie View A&M if they want any chance at a Western Division title. Prairie View can lose, and as long as they beat Mississippi Valley State in the season finale, they're fine. So a lot of drama in the SWAC today. Hey, a lot of news out of the SWAC has been about Deion Sanders, the head coach at Jackson State University. What's new, right? He's always in the news, but people have been concerned about his health. He recently got out of the hospital, and there's been a lot of rumors, innuendo, reports about interest between Deion Sanders and TCU and their job opening. Well, if you want to know about Jackson State, you go to Neely from the pregame show. We talked about all of that last night. Here's our conversation.
Coach Prime, Coach Deion Sanders, made his appearance back at practice this week, surprising quite a few of the players, some of the staff. A lot of folks were in on the impromptu visit, if you will, the unscheduled visit. But it was a pleasure to see him. It really energized the team and energized the coaches, equipment staff, you name it. Everybody was excited to see him back on campus.
All right, so you had about a 5-minute conversation with him on Wednesday? Was it Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday. That's correct.
All right, if you haven't seen it yet at the pregame show, let's check it out right now.
I want to be like you see, right? You see that?
Oh, I love it. I think I'm going to trim mine back to match yours, though. I'm going to roll yours out.
Cut mine off.
Gillette is the best a man can get.
You know it.
Coach, welcome back, man.
Thank you. I'm not all the way back yet, but this is a tremendous step. I'm proud. I'm thankful. I'm elated. Filled with hope and faith. It's been a tremendous journey. I'm thankful to be out of the hospital. You have no idea. You have no idea. We have a wonderful team of doctors that I'm really listening and adhering to 100%. And I'm on the kids all the time about being smart, tough, fast, and disciplined. And I got to be smart.
Yes, sir.
I got to be smart.
You know, sometimes God takes us through things not only for us, but for other people to witness.
That's true. Well, I'm a witness.
And we are witnesses. We are witnesses.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I never question or ask God why me through the whole process. I said, Lord, thank you. Thank you for making sure it was me. Because I can handle it. I'm built for it. I'm built for it. I'm down for it. I'm ready for it. I welcome it. And this is going to be a tremendous testimony for a multitude what I've endured over the last several weeks.
Yeah. Can't have a test without a testimony.
Yes, Lord.
Can't have a testimony without a test. It flows both ways. You got to be able to stand on it.
True. I missed Tiger Nation, man. I miss just the feeling of the locker room, the kids, the moments, all of it. I missed all of it. I really, really, truly did. I really missed it. Game days are tough, emotionally, immensely tough. I think ones that were stationed in position to receive my call and relay the message. I pray for them that I wasn't harsh or extremely adamant, but my message be come across. So there's a lot going on in the hospital on Saturdays, you could say. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach, I know your players are going to be excited to see you this morning. You're going to be excited to see them, man.
Yes,
Tiger Nation has sent so many prayer requests through the pregame show for you.
I felt them. I received them. I believed them, and I never stopped believing. I've never stopped believing. Not one bit. I've never stopped believing. And let me tell Tiger Nation, I want to say this to you and Tiger Nation. We have an outstanding staff.
Yes, sir.
I've always said and often said, and I think people took it for granted, I always said that Rod and that staff, they come from me. And no one could have ever known that this was coming. The staff, they come from me. And excellent. Coach Flea, I love him to life. I love him more so than ever before, but because I've seen him and I knew he could handle it.
Yes, sir.
And I'm so very proud of him, and just the countless calls and times that he's come over to the hospital so that we could have wonderful conversations about where we're going. Tremendous, man. God could have chosen a better man.
Couldn't have chosen a better man to send to Jackson State than you, bro.
Yeah. Well,
we're so happy to have that. No, I know, but you came and brought Flea.
Yes.
You know, it's Aaron and Moses. They went and did it together. Man, we appreciate you being back, and thank the Lord for your restoration of health and you back up and at them. Got a ways to go. We're going to get that together.
Yeah. And I'm going to listen. So you may see me at practice. You're not going to see me yelling. I promise you that. But you're going to see me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to stay and watch some film with coaches and try to address some issues that I've seen. And then we got to fix. Then I'm going to get my butt home.
Yes, sir.
And rest because I don't have a lot of strength right now. I'm counting on Jesus, and I trust the Lord with all my heart and all my mind, all my understanding.
Yes,
I really do.
Yes,
it's nothing no one could tell me about who Jesus is, how he is, what he is, and how powerful he is. Not a soul, because I've witnessed all facets of it.
Yeah, been down through that, as they say.
Yep, no, I did. Those hospital rooms the nights are long and the days ain't longer.
Hanging there, Coach. We love you, brother.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate your viewers, your listeners, your everything, man. You guys are doing a great job of really showing the country who we are and what we're about.
Yes, sir.
So, my man Charles, y'all keep on doing what you're doing.
We got your back, Coach. Much love, bro. I'm gonna kiss top of your head like in the ear.
God bless you.
My man.
Okay, Neely, you spent some time with him. You've seen him the last couple of days, just kind of watching practice, taking things really slow. I'm not asking you to be a doctor. I'm not asking you to divulge information, but how did you feel looking at Coach Sanders? How did he appear to you?
First of all, you have to feel encouraged. It's been a few weeks since we've seen him. He has been resting and healing up and taking care of his physical needs as best he can with the help of his team of doctors. So it was just encouraging to see him, to see that smile, to see that new beard he's sporting. He told me he's trying to get like me. So we laughed about that. But he was looking, with smile wise, man, you could tell his faith will move mountains. He believes that he's on the way back, but by doctor's orders, he has to naturally take it slow. So it was just an encouragement to see him out and about.
All right. Now, look, a man like Deion Sanders makes news just by doing nothing. He makes news. People want to know everything about him. There were some reports and speculations. We even reported about the report at HBCU Gameday about TCU being interested in him as their next head coach. And there was a report that he has interviewed. You had a chance to ask him about that. You went straight to the source. What did he say?
Yeah, we talked about it, Tyler. And, one thing, let me say this, even before asking him about it, because, we're embedded with this program and our professional and personal relationship with him, we are privy to his comings and goings. And when I first heard the rumor of the report or the alleged report, or even some people saying it actually happened, I knew that it was not too much credibility to that because personally, professionally, he wasn't in a position where he could participate in the interview the way they're describing it and the way they say it took place. But I had to, taking care of that journalistic integrity, say, hey, Coach, what's the deal with these rumors? And he said he has not had a conversation with them, a meeting with them, that's not the case. And he wasn't really in the mood to respond to it because a lot of folks are saying that because he doesn't refute it, there must be some truth to it. And as you said, Tyler, when you're a man like Deion Sanders, people have rumors and allegations and stories on top of stories. And if you spend your time trying to refute every one of them, that's taking away time from your mission and your agenda. So there's not any credibility to him wanting to leave. He wants to be here at Jackson State. He has a mission that he's working on, has had a little setback health-wise, but I think that is only tripled down on his determination to raise HBCU starting at Jackson State University. So there is no validity to him sitting down with some folks from TCU and having a quote unquote interview. He's committed to Jackson State University.
And one thing you talked about on your show, you and Charles with the pregame show, listen, when you ask for something or when you receive it, you have to take everything that comes along with it. When Deion Sanders is your head coach, he is a global icon, has been since the 1980s. This is part of the process, right? There's going to be a lot of talk. People are going to talk. You can't just be, let's, and I'm talking about the fan base probably more than anything else here. Like you got to take all that, right?
I totally agree with that. And that's something we discussed, as you mentioned, on the pregame show. We did a special live segment. Normally our live segments are reserved for game day, but we felt the need to do a live show to just respond and clear up some things. And you're exactly right, Tyler. When you have a person like Deion Sanders as your head coach, There are always going to be rumors on top of rumors on top of rumors, and you have to have the determination to block out the noise. One of the things that Coach Flea said to the team in the locker room when we were playing, of all people, the Delta Devils, he said, for every level, there is a devil, and don't get distracted by things that come our way. We have to stay focused and determined on the mission in hand. And, it's part of being successful, Tolly. People come after successful people. And a lot of times in our space, in this HBCU space, we're not used to coaches being recruited like they are in the Power Five and the rumor mill and the storms that go along with it. But every major program, as the season winds down and it gets to the off season, you start to hear, well, I think he's going there, and I think he's here and here, and this booster is saying this, and I heard through the grapevine that. We heard from the man himself. We're determined with this program, focused on this program. We're building something here at Jackson State University, and Coach Prime has confirmed his commitment to doing that.
And I never saw it as a negative. Look, when things are out there and incredible media sources report it, I mean, we have to give that information to the viewers and listeners, and everybody has to kind of decide what's what. We are providers of information first and foremost.
Certainly.
But you got to leverage that, right? Like when people are talking about your coach and your school and Jackson State, love it, hate it, or whatever, they're in the mouths of a lot of people right now, and you just have to leverage that, Neely.
Once again, Tyler, you are spot on. I am sure when I posted that I was going to take Beyonce to the Soul Bowl, that Jay-Z wasn't out there trying to refute it. And I'm sure he doesn't comb through her Instagram feed looking for all the likes and comments. It is part of being married to Beyonce. And we are married to Deion Sanders. So there's always going to be somebody saying something about something. And long as you know what you have and you're comfortable in your relationship, you're doing just what you say, Tyler. You look at the upside of it from a market standpoint, from a branding standpoint, from an attractive standpoint. People talking about wanting our coach and where he may or may not be going only adds fuel to all that ammunition to build our program. So I welcome it. I don't look at it as a negative at all. Let the rumors start, but we're going to be staying internally focused on building this program, building our tradition, blazing new trails.
All right, I know your time is running short. You literally have to get on the bus. You guys are headed up to Southern this weekend. So we should talk about the game, right?
Let's do it.
Southern, they don't win them all, man. But they are tough. They can surprise you. Your thoughts, I know you're not a coach, but you're around it every day. Your thoughts on at least the importance of this weekend's game as you guys at Jackson State just a couple of weeks out from maybe having a perfect season, regular season in the SWAC.
Certainly. Southern is having an up and down season, win one to lose one kind of deal. But this is a representation for them to write their season at the end of the year. They have us and then they have Grambling. If they can go out with 2 wins, that just bodes well for them turning their season around. They're mathematically out of winning the West. They understand that, but they're not mathematically out of ruining our season. So they're going to be up for this game. They're going to play us tough. It's always a tough road trip to travel to Baton Rouge. It's a hostile environment, if you will, but this team is prepared for it. The focus is on the run game on both sides of the ball. We have to stop their run game and we have to establish ours. So just pay close attention to those run yardages at the end of the game. I think that Shedeur Sanders, QB1, is going to be able to handle his business as he does all season long with their secondary. But we've got to stay away from being one-dimensional and establish our run.
All right, SWAC rules and regulations here. Can we call this the Boom Box Classic still, or is that out of bounds now?
It is very much still the Boom Box Classic. You will have fans on both sides packing that place, for halftime and for what they call the fifth quarter, if you will. I'm going down for the football game because, Tolly, here's what's important about this game. There are 2 games left in the season. Although we beat FAMU week 1, they're mathematically not out of it until we win another one or they lose one. We win this game down in Baton Rouge Saturday night, and Jackson State has mathematically and with all certainty clinched the SWAC East title.
All right, thank you, Neely. Over in the MEAC, you already know. It's tiebreaker season, right? Got to get out your calculators. Got to have your math degree. That's just how the MEAC goes. No championship game, so you got to do all that to figure out who's the champ. It's a lot. I'm not even going to try to make you understand. I just read the email for the 10th time. It's a lot, but we do have an article at HBCUGameday.com that explains all of the scenarios, all right? But basically, it comes down to Norfolk State and South Carolina State can make it to the Celebration Bowl. No one else can, but North Carolina Central can also be co-champions. So there's that. Just say it out loud. But here's the simple news. South Carolina State and Norfolk State, they both play on November 20th. A win by South Carolina State, that means they clinch the title outright. They go to the Celebration Bowl. That could happen. Other things could happen as well. Again, HBCUGameday.com for your full explainer. All right, here's something simple. Last week's game between Norfolk State and Central was all of that. Our Wally Pitt was there. Let's go back in time.
North Carolina Central's come from behind double overtime win over Norfolk State was more than just a wild 21-point comeback win on homecoming. It kept the Eagles' MEAC Championship hopes alive and proved the Eagles versus Spartans might just be the big-ticket conference rivalry in the new-look Big Six MEAC. But to really do the NCCU homecoming experience any justice, we got to start where every good homecoming story begins.
Tailgate today is on and popping like nothing.
The tailgate. Unc was out here in a denim fit hitting that old school wop, and the OG Kappas were repping their set from head to toe. I caught the Royal Court descending gracefully down the stairs of O'Kelly Riddick Stadium, and it ain't an NCCU homecoming till you hear that DJ Double J pipe up, fool, blasting through the speakers. And it was an Eagle homecoming on the sidelines as well, as former NCCU players Trey Oliver and Dawson Odoms had to put their Eagle pride aside.
Swallowed up by Tyrone Odom. Odom, an outside linebacker, nicknamed the Panther. He was on the prowl on that point. It was Trey Oliver coming up to support the run from his strong safety position. Preseason all-conference selection.
As they faced off in one of the most anticipated games on this year's Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference schedule. And with HBCU Game Day Player of the Year nominee Pootie Carter, Norfolk State big stepped their way into Durham undefeated in conference play, looking to scratch off another team from the MEAC title contention list.
Today be great, man. Be great on three. 1, 2, 3. Be great. Let's go out the gate.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
As for the Eagles, 2 conference losses would most likely end their Celebration Bowl hopes, while a dub against the only unbeaten team in the MEAC will put them right back in the mix heading into the final 2 weeks of the season. And I should have known by the energy in pregame that this one had instant classic written all over it. Norfolk State getting active right from the jump. Marquise Hall, the forced fumble sack, sets up the 2-yard J.J. Davis touchdown run, and it's 7-0 Spartans.
J.J. Davis into the end zone for the touchdown.
Then it's Kevin Johnson, 26 yards. The refs call him out at the 1-yard line, so Cameron Brent finishes it off. Norfolk's up 14-0, and they was feeling it in the first quarter. Spartans running strong. Pootie Carter finishing the drive off over the top of the huddle, and it's 21-0 Norfolk State at NCCU's homecoming. And the Eagles won't have it. Here go Latrell Collier right up the middle for a 27-yard touchdown. Then it's Davius Richard. His number's 11, but this is a straight dime. A 22-yard touchdown to Devin Smith makes it a one-score game. The Eagles still got talons in the Spartans' neck. This one would have tied it up at half had it been in bounds, but a field goal gives us a whole entire 21-17 ball game going into halftime. And I promise y'all we're going to get back into this action, but it's homecoming, and I got to let the sound machine get busy for at least 30 seconds. North Carolina Central on the move in the third. Davius Richard was busting that thing open for a 22-yarder until Christian Ruffin pops that bad boy loose and gives the Spartans the ball back. Then that Eagle D clamped up, and NCCU dodged the bullet. Then they deliver a shot of their own. Davius Richard drops this one right on time to Ryan McDaniel for a 29-yard touchdown, and the Eagles score 24 unanswered points and retake the lead late in the third quarter. And the NCCU fans were letting that Norfolk bench know they back. Both defenses refusing to fold in crunch time. Eagles able to keep Norfolk out of the end zone, but not out of field goal range. Josh Nardone looking to tie it up from 24 yards out with under a minute left to play. The field goal is good, and we are headed to OT, baby! Eagles getting OT started with a 17-yard run from Isaiah Totten and a 6-yard touchdown run from Davius Richard. The extra point was blocked, and it's 30-24 NCCU. Then it's J.J. Davis, 31 yards, makes it 30 up. Norfolk State gets the possession right back as we start the second overtime, and J.J. Davis is right back in the end zone. That makes it 36-30 Norfolk. They go for two. Pooty Carter finds Mark Ellington in the end zone, but Manny Smith saving the Central season with a sensational breakup. The young Eagles still out here live in double overtime. North Carolina Central calling on their vet, Isaiah Totten. He runs right through the chest of the defense, and NCCU ties it up at 36-all. The two-pointer will complete the comeback and give this homecoming legendary status. Davius Richards finding Deshaun Stevens, and you can go ahead and get him up out of here. NCCU completing the 21-point double overtime homecoming comeback, beat Norfolk State 38-36.
We coming! We coming!
All right, our MEAC schedule for today. Morgan State at Albany. In New York, North Carolina A&T at South Carolina State. Man, that's like a buried lead. That's a huge game, but we have so much going on today. Aggies and Bulldogs, that's going to be cool. Norfolk State at Delaware State, and North Carolina Central at Howard, another big game. All right, let's check out Hampton on the road today in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina, Campbell University. Hey, I had a lot of good times at the Campbell basketball camp with Billy Lee back in the 80s. I know some of you old heads from around my way did as well. Hey, shout out to Mike Minter. He's still there in his 9th season at Campbell. Used to be an assistant at Johnson C. Smith for a year. All right, we have Tennessee State at home today against Austin Peay. Who, if they would have beat UT Martin last week, man, that would have changed the whole way we looked at today's game. But still some games to go, and Tennessee State is definitely headed in the right direction. Way to go, Eddie George out there in Nash Vegas, baby. All right, that's a look quickly at everything that's happening today. It is a championship Saturday. We have tight races in the SWAC, and yes, we are still writing notes. Who is going to be the HBCU Gameday Protect Your Skull Players of the Year in Division I and Division II? A total of 4 awards, offensive and defensive, for both divisions. Who do you think Who do you like? Your player of the year. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. That's why we love it. Football season is at its peak right now. We'll be back tonight with scores, analysis, everything you need to know from a championship Saturday. I'm Tolly Carr in Atlanta, on the way to Birmingham, Fairfield. We're going to be at the SIAC Championship. Much more to come. All right, you guys enjoy that Saturday. We'll talk to you.
Y'all, it's game day. When the band is what you hearing, everybody here is cheering. All your worries disappearing. Y'all, it's game day.